Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I'm going to show you 3 affordable housing trends that I think are about to pop off. Housing always seems to be a hot topic. People love to talk about it when prices have crashed. People love to talk about it when prices are hot, and just when you think there's nothing else to say, something changes. You may or may not have noticed, but right now prices are hot and there has been a lot of attention on affordable housing or lack thereof. I think it's safe to say that in the current housing market, affordable options are hard to come by, but they do exist, and I think there's more on the way. When prices rise, it affects homes in every segment of the market, so even though some of the more affordable options are still affordable, relatively speaking, they're less affordable in actual dollars required to purchase. If people feel like there aren't enough affordable options available, that means the door is left wide open for new ideas or a fresh take on an old idea, and that's exactly what I'm seeing right now. What I'm going to do is show you 3 affordable housing trends, tell you what I like about each, and how when combined they could provide the ultimate new affordable housing option, so let's do it. The number 1 affordable housing trend I'm seeing right now is factory-built cookie cutters. I'm not using cookie cutter in a derogatory way at all. It's just the best way to describe what's going on. The company leading this charge from an attention standpoint is Boxabl, so I'm going to use them as the first example because most people are already familiar with what they're doing. Even though there are talks of introducing more models into their lineup down the road, right now they have the Boxabl Casita. That's it. That means every house coming out of the Boxabl factory will be the same size with the same interior, same door and windows that are all in the exact same location. For anyone who isn't familiar with the Boxabl Casita, it's a 375 square foot modular that folds out on site with a price tag of $50,000. I'm not sure if Boxabl was the first to cookie cut their offering, but they're definitely the most popular. People seem to be quite captivated with what they're doing. However, there are others in the space. Nestron offers more models, but has a similar idea. Their homes are fully prefabricated and require 0 setup on arrival, coming in 2 different series. They have their futuristic Cube series and they have the Legend series, which looks more like the traditional modern home I'm a little more used to seeing. Homes from Nestron start at around 156 square feet in the Cube 1 and go up to 377 square feet in the Cube 2X. I have heard that Nestron will be shipping homes to North America for viewing in early 2022, and if so, I'm definitely looking forward to checking one out. Finally, we have Iowa House and their singular offering, the Space. This home is designed to be lived in fully off the grid, and just like the first 2, offers little to no on-site setup. All 3 of these homes are cool and will attract different buyers for different reasons, but what we're focusing on today is what they have in common because they all fit into a new home segment built on repetition while still appealing to buyers. These aren't homes that you can fully customize or make major alterations to. It's more of a take it or leave it scenario. This keeps the entire build process so much simpler because every model being built is pretty much exactly the same. Another fascinating element that all 3 of these companies have reintroduced is the idea of including furniture with each home. This is a fresh look on an old idea. When manufactured homes first came out, it was the norm for them to come fully furnished. Now most manufactured homes come with fridge, stove, and possibly microwave and dishwasher, but all other furnishings have to be purchased after the fact. For manufactured homes, I think that makes the most sense because a lot of times people have their own furniture or want to decorate it a certain way, so any included furniture would just be a waste. Why I think it works well in the smaller cookie cuts is because the spaces are so unique that I think finding furniture that not only looks good but fits well into the space would be very challenging. I really like this segment of homes, and I think we'll see more companies hopping on the trend of offering less models with set plans in order to simplify the build process and get homes to buyers at a more affordable price. The second affordable housing trend is something I've been hoping to see for a long time but always had my doubts, and that's the relaxing of regulations to allow for alternative forms of housing. One of the biggest challenges of buying some of the most affordable housing options like manufactured homes, prefab homes, or tiny homes has always been limited options on where you can actually put them. Regulations are different all over North America, so this isn't a blanket statement for everywhere, but in a lot of areas, regulations do prohibit some of the good options we have available outside of the standard site-built house. What I'm seeing more frequently now is a reversal or alteration of bylaws preventing some of the more affordable options because people are finally realizing, hey, maybe there's something to homes built off-site and delivered to location. And it's about time. I feel like maybe this is one of those situations where a solution was so obvious that it was overlooked. People were looking for answers everywhere to affordable housing, and it was in front of them the whole time and has been for years. Recently, there have been a few high-profile examples of cities changing their regulations in favor of more affordable options. Oakland recently announced they would allow manufactured homes which were previously restricted on all residential lots and allow tiny homes on wheels to be placed on private property. Nevada recently made a change that will become effective on January 1st, 2024 that requires cities to allow more options for tiny homes, including use as accessory dwelling units, primary residences, and tiny home parks. There are other examples of this happening all over North America. The current state of the housing market has given local governments a gentle push in the right direction to ease off on restrictions that had previously been preventing some affordable housing options from being utilized. A much needed trend that I'm excited about and actually a bit surprised to see happening. The final trend I've been noticing is the resurgence of the mobile home park. Mobile home parks have been making headlines lately as an affordable housing option appealing to younger buyers. I think in the coming years, we're going to see a new generation of mobile home parks building on the foundation and idea of what we've got right now. In fact, there are examples of modern mobile home parks being built already, and there's serious demand. A perfect example is Big Maple Mobile Home Park, who built their entire community with contemporary homes from Click Modular. The added curb appeal does mean prices end up being a bit higher than a standard manufactured home, but still lower than a traditional site-built home on a lot, and according to their website, Big Maple is over 90% sold out. On top of that, real estate investors seem to really like the mobile home park model, and I think high-quality parks will be in limited supply and they'll start turning to new development. I think the new age mobile home park will offer more amenities like a gym, pool, and high-speed internet, as well as a mix of available home sizes from tiny homes like the boxabl casita up to traditional double wides 1,500 square feet and over, which will allow for a larger range of entry pricing. There are new trends emerging all the time in the affordable housing space. The three I identified today can all be tied together to create what I think would be a very cool new setup that would appeal to a lot of people. Restrictions and regulations are being eased to allow for more options. Companies are increasing affordability by standardizing their product, and mobile home parks, or the overall concept of mobile home parks, are getting more attention from younger buyers. I like where these trends are going, and hopefully we see more trends emerge, because you know what? You can't have too many affordable housing options. If they do, I will be sure to post them here on my channel. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.